How do you perceive the world? It comes it comes in hands, like, for example, do you see yourself as a victim of your current circumstance? Do you think it's far too late for you to change the direction your life is in? Do you think it's going to take too much money to do X, Y, Z? Do you think it just wouldn't work out? Or is every challenge an opportunity? See, you can view things in two different ways. It's either a problem, which, problems are like, oh man, what am I going to do about this problem? Or it's a challenge. Each and every single one of us, we view the world differently through our beliefs. You may have empowering beliefs or you may have limiting beliefs. What is going on, my YouTube family? Welcome to this video. And in this video, it is possibly one of the most important videos that I'm going to make, because this is going to break down our mental abilities, our superpowers that we were given as human beings, that allows us to pretty much just mold our reality and pretty much shape it to how we would like it to be. For a fact, I know this, that the vast majority of the population do not use these mental abilities that we were given. How do I know that? Because I actually challenge you to go and ask the closest 5 people that you know if they actually use these mental abilities that we were given, mental faculties, right? I know it because I didn't use it myself. Before I asked around my family members, they also didn't use it themselves. So without further ado, let's get right into it, my friends. First and foremost, we have here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but we have imagination, all right? You have, as human beings, I always use this example, and it's so true, because think about it. Look at your environment. Look at where you are watching this video from right now. Whether it's your computer, whether it's your laptop, whether it's your phone or tablet. Look where you're sitting. Everything that you see around you was first imagined in the mind. It was first an idea. It was first a thought. Then that thought, idea, and imagination, people rested on that and sort of kept sort of evolving, and then eventually it transitioned, maybe as a, maybe on paper they decided or something like that, but eventually it became reality. So then, does it make sense? If you see everything around you was first an imagination, was first a thought, an idea in your mind, would it make sense to say that you can create your reality the way you want it to be? So imagination is one of the most powerful mental abilities that we have. So how can you use your imagination? Well, let me ask you this. Do you have a vision set for yourself? Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? Have you imagined yourself 10 years from now? Have you imagined yourself 5 years from now? 3 years from now? A year from now? A lot of people do goal setting, but the more important thing about goal setting is that, sorry about the noise, guys, if you can hear, we recently went through the Austin storm here, so my apartment complex had a lot of burst pipes. Regardless, let's just get on topic. So, what was I talking about? Right, so a lot of people do goal setting, right? But what a lot of people don't do is use their imagination. How would they act? How would they feel? How would they think when they accomplish whatever goal it is they want to accomplish? That's why it's hard for a lot of people to sometimes achieve their goals, because they don't visualize it. Another thing, visualization, right? You imagine yourself. When you see an actor in a movie, how do you see them just own that role? They practice the script and they just pretty much immerse themselves in it and then became that, right? So if you want to become a certain person that has certain characteristics, how would that look like? So just again, guys, it's super extremely important to use imagination in your life, all right? To be don't when we were kids, we used to run around using our imagination, and then all of a sudden it stopped. All right, so let's get on to the second one here, intuition. You always hear two voices in your head. Sometimes it comes in from your mind, and sometimes it comes in from this area, which is an inner guidance. And two voices. One from the mind usually is a limiting voice sometimes. Depending on if you've done some work on your limiting beliefs that you may or may not have, it's gonna tell you you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't that, no, that's too much, that wouldn't work out. Excuse me. The second voice is your intuition, your inner guidance. Oftentimes it comes in as inspired action. It says, what if we do this? Right? And you kind of feel a little bit good. And then your mind comes back and says, no, but that wouldn't make sense. You shouldn't do that. I mean, why would you even try, right? It doesn't make sense. Like you wouldn't be able to achieve X, Y, Z, right? So which voice are you letting, is controlling, or is not controlling, but like it's like guiding you, right? Which voice are you being guided by? The limiting voice or the inspiring voice that you have in there? Think about that, all right? Intuition also comes in as a gut feeling sometimes, right? So third one, will. You are not a victim of your circumstance. You have the will to choose the way you want to live, the way you want to go about in the world. It may look as if you were brought up and put in a circumstance that you may not like, right? That may seem like that's your reality. But you have to live not from the outside in, but the inside out. That's what I'm saying. Use your imagination. If you're not in a circumstance that you like, start using your imagination, start using your intuition. And then through the willpower, through having will, you'll be able to choose the direction that your life goes in. All right? Perception. This is an extremely important one. How do you perceive the world? It comes in hands, like, for example, do you see yourself as a victim of your current circumstance? Do you think it's far too late for you to change the direction your life is in? Do you think it's going to take too much money to do X, Y, Z? Do you think it just wouldn't work out? Or is every challenge an opportunity? See, you can view things in two different ways. It's either a problem, which, you know, problems are like, oh man, what am I going to do about this problem? Or it's a challenge. Each and every single one of us, we view the world differently through our beliefs. You may have empowering beliefs or you may have limiting beliefs. So ask yourself, the thoughts that are guiding you, are they limiting you or are they empowering you? All right. So the perception, how do you view your world? Is everyone nasty to you? It's funny. Some time ago I was in this Facebook group and I saw a post about someone that just moved into the city that I'm in, and they said, I just can't seem to make friends. Everyone's just so fake and just not real. And then scroll a couple comments down and it's like, oh, I'm sorry you had that experience. I've never experienced that here. Right? So what is your perception of the world? How do you view people? And ask yourself, why is it that you think you keep meeting a certain type of person or a certain type of people in your world? Ask yourself that question, because sometimes the universe sort of gives you a mirror of your subconscious, or something you may not be aware of, which is something that I will talk about in another video. All right. Next one, Memory. Again, an amazing tool that we have, that we are able to use to our advantage to gather information and then later down the road use it. Amazing tool, guys. Reason. You can analyze, you can compare, you can evaluate ideas, thoughts. You can choose to reject certain things or accept them. All right? So these are the superpowers that we are given, the mental abilities that most people don't use at all. Unfortunately, the school system doesn't teach you that. Unfortunately, our parents oftentimes, just because for lack of knowledge, because their school system didn't teach them that, they also are not aware of. So without further, just saying, guys, it's extremely important that you start taking this seriously and using it in your life if you want to start seeing the world differently and taking this information, all right? So with that said, guys, I hope this video helped you guys out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you comment down below if you have any questions. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button so it reaches more people, all right? I'll see you guys in the next one.